answer that you were thinking of October, November. You did end up taking more than one official LSAT. Tell me about that. Like, was that what you expected? And how did, was that turn out to be necessary? What was that like for you?
So my first test, my goal was to be prepared for the October test. And if that didn't work out, then there was always the November test. And I figured, based on just talking to other people that had gone through this process, that you're probably going to have to take more than one test. And I think for me, I was prepared for the October one, but I think I was so nervous for it. I just put so much pressure on this one test. And, I'd been working the past couple of months on it. And I think I was just trying to, the last week, you asked me, like, I think like 2 days before, you were like, so how are you going to kind of relax and ease your mind for the test? And I was like, oh, I'm probably not, that's not really how I roll. I'm probably just going to cram the whole day tomorrow. So the first test for me was a learning curve. It taught me, when I got to the actual test, it taught me, okay, what not to do. Don't freak out and try to cram the night before, because there's obviously stuff that you're going to not know as well, or stuff that you're not as comfortable with, and questions and problems that you're not as familiar with as other questions and problems. So instead of just cramming for that, what I do is just kind of recognize on the actual test, okay, what was I comfortable with? What did I spend a lot of time on and took a lot of my time and freaked me out, and to kind of work on those areas.
Mm.
So the first test I did fine on, and it was an okay score. I knew, based on my prep work and how hard I wanted to work and what I expected of myself and my practice test scores, I just knew that I could do better. And so I kept going, and I just told myself, you need to kind of not be so stressed about it. Whatever's going to happen to this test is going to happen, and it's going to be okay. So I took the November one, and ended up increasing like 9 points.
Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
and the, your score on the second one, I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering right, that it was higher than any of your practice tests, or at
I
least
think
right up
so.
there.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, if not, yeah, I think it was either maybe like a point under what my highest one was. I know that the couple of the last practice tests I took, we couldn't really gauge a score because they hadn't come out with the score ranges, or they hadn't come out with the I don't know how you figured out the score. You would type in
Right.
some numbers and tell me what I made on it. But they hadn't come out with that for the last couple of tests I took. So I think it was probably the highest score I made.